The video I'm about ready to show you is a really good example of how the folks on the far right, they don't bother to bring themselves up to speed on the subject matter that they're talking about. They just hear something and it fits a narrative and they run with it. And call it whatever you want. They don't educate themselves, they don't do their own research, whatever the case may be, whatever fucking term it is you want to use, they don't do it. Watch this and we're going to come back and talk about it.
In 1989, the Supreme Court ruled that the burning of the American flag in political protest is an act protected under the First Amendment as a form of free speech. Every day, Donald Trump is actively declaring war on the Constitution and our civil rights. Without free speech and the right to protest, this flag is no longer a symbol of freedom.
If you are so anti-American that you feel the need to burn the American flag, why don't you go do that in another country? Oh, wait, I'm going to tell you why. Do what you're doing in Germany, they're going to prosecute you. It's a hate crime. Go to China. Go to India. Go to Russia. Go to Israel. Burn their flag and see what happens. It's also a criminal offense. Burning a flag that people fought and died to defend is not free speech. It's stupidity, and it comes with a price. You can take that bill that was passed in 1989 to allow people like you to burn the American flag and call it free speech and shove it right up your ass. God bless America.
First of all, she was wrong. The woman that was anti-Trump that he was showing, she was wrong. The Supreme Court did not rule that burning an American flag was free speech in 1989. They ruled that in 1990. She had her year wrong. The next thing I would say is to the gentleman in the car talking about how you should go to any of these other countries and try it. So you want to emulate those countries? I thought we were supposed to be different. I thought we were supposed to be better. I thought we were supposed to be that shining city on the hill that represented freedom. You're talking about, well, if all these other countries do it, then we should do it too. You know, if all these other countries have it a crime to burn their flags, then it should be a crime here too. If you want to emulate these countries, can we emulate other parts of those countries? Like, you know, you mentioned Israel. Israel has universal health care, state-sponsored abortion. We're paying for it with our tax dollars. You want to emulate that part of Israel or just the part where they throw you in jail for exercising your right to free speech? And then this guy is wrong too. You take that bill that they passed in 1989 and you shove it up your ass, is what he said. Without doing a fucking ounce of research as to what that bill was. Because had he done an ounce of research as to what that bill was, he would learn that that bill that we're talking about is actually a bill that did what he wants. That bill made it a crime to burn the American flag. That bill was then challenged in court, and in the Supreme Court, it was ruled that burning an American flag was free speech. The bill that this guy just told you to shove up your ass was called the Flag Protection Act of 1989. The bill that this guy just told you to shove up your ass was a bill that did what he wanted it to do. It protected the flag. In 1990, the court struck down that law as unconstitutional in a 5-4 decision. If there is a bedrock principle underlying the First Amendment, it is that the government may not prohibit the expression of an idea simply because society finds the idea itself offensive or disagreeable, wrote Justice William Brennan, citing the Johnson case. The case remains controversial to the present day, and Congress has, as recently as 2006, attempted to amend the Constitution to prohibit flag desecration, with the effort failing by 1 vote in the Senate. In one of his last public events, Justice Scalia, one of the most far right-wing justices we've ever had, explained why he cast the deciding vote in the Johnson case on the principle of textual reading of the First Amendment. If it were up to me, I would put in jail every sandal-wearing, scruffy-bearded weirdo who burns the American flag, Scalia said at a November 2015 event in Philadelphia. But I am not king. Even Antonin Scalia could see the dangers of somebody like Donald Trump, who's attempting to be a king and throw people in prison for 1 year for burning the flag, something the Supreme Court has already ruled is constitutionally protected as free speech. And now this executive order is going to get challenged in court. It's going to make its way through the judicial system, and it's going to go all the way up to the Supreme Court eventually, and it's going to waste millions of dollars and shitloads of time and keep people focused on something else, all to hopefully have the Supreme Court continue to say we have free speech. Who knows? This is a conservative Supreme Court now. It could go the other way, but yeah, even Scalia recognized the danger of somebody wanting to be a king. This guy just told you to take the 1989 bill concerning flag burning and shove it up your ass when this flag bill is exactly what he wanted, proving that he heard something, it fit a narrative, and he just ran with it in the way he thought he interpreted it correctly. Dude, what you're saying is you want us to shove a bill up our ass that you support. How fucking stupid are you, man?